Well, hello there. It's good to see you in my garden, especially as spring is in the air, and for a gardener, that's always a time of excitement and anticipation. It's when the garden wakes up and we can get back to what we love doing most. But whether you're an old hand or just starting out, a bit of planning goes a long way. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to share my 7 essential steps to planning and preparing your garden for spring so you can have a truly thriving and beautiful space to enjoy. So let's get our hands dirty and make this spring the best ever. Now, before we even think about sowing a seed or taking a cutting, we need a plan. This doesn't have to be anything grand, but I always find it helps to sketch out the garden on paper first. Mark down the sunny and shady spots. Think about where the soil stays wet and where it dries out quickly, and note down any existing features like trees, paths, or that old shed you've been meaning to do something with. Knowing your garden intimately is half the battle won. Trust me, understanding the nuances of your space, where the light falls, and how the soil feels will make all the difference when choosing your plants. This is about working with nature, not against it. Remember, good gardening is all about observation. Take your time, there's no rush, and get to know every nook and cranny. Once you have a good understanding of your space, start thinking about what you want to grow. Are you dreaming of armfuls of fragrant flowers? Or are you more interested in a bountiful harvest of delicious vegetables? Perhaps a bit of both? Don't be afraid to be ambitious, but equally be realistic. It's no use planning a prize-winning pumpkin if you only have room for a window box. This plan is your roadmap to success. Refer to it often, make adjustments as needed, and watch your garden flourish. Remember, gardening is a journey, not a destination, and every year brings new opportunities to learn and grow alongside your plants. The next step is choosing what to grow, and with so many fantastic plants out there, this is always an exciting part. But it's all too easy to get carried away in the excitement of seed catalogs and garden centers at this time of year. So I always think it's best to start by considering your garden's specific conditions. Take a look at the plan we made earlier and identify the areas that receive full sun, partial shade, or full shade. Next, it's time to delve into the fascinating world of plants. Research different varieties that thrive in your USDA hardiness zone. This ensures that the plants you choose are well suited to your local climate and have the best chance of success. Don't be afraid to venture beyond the familiar. There's a whole world of unusual and wonderful plants out there just waiting to be discovered. If you're new to gardening, I recommend starting with easy-to-grow options. Tomatoes, lettuce, marigolds, and zinnias are all great choices that are relatively low maintenance and rewarding for beginners. As you gain experience, you can gradually introduce more challenging varieties to your garden. Remember, gardening is all about learning and experimenting. Don't forget to consider the mature size of your chosen plants. You don't want your towering sunflowers to overshadow your delicate herbs. Spacing is crucial to ensure that each plant has enough room to grow and thrive. It's always better to err on the side of caution and provide ample space. And lastly, choose plants that you find beautiful and inspiring. Gardening should be a joy, so surround yourself with colors, scents, and textures that bring you happiness. Whether it's the cheerful blooms of sunflowers or the delicate fragrance of lavender, let your garden reflect your personality and passions. Now, no matter how well we plan or how carefully we choose our plants, it's all for nothing if we don't pay attention to the most fundamental element of any garden, the soil. Healthy soil is the lifeblood of a thriving garden. It provides essential nutrients, water, and support to your plants, so it's crucial to give it the attention it deserves. Think of your soil as a living ecosystem, teeming with beneficial organisms that play a vital role in plant health. Just like us, plants need a balanced diet to thrive, and that's where soil testing comes in. A simple soil test will reveal your soil's pH level and nutrient content, giving you valuable insights into its strengths and weaknesses. You can easily find soil testing kits at your local garden center or online. Or for a more comprehensive analysis, consider sending a sample to your local extension office. They can provide detailed recommendations tailored to your specific soil type and the plants you wish to grow. Armed with the knowledge from your soil test, you can then take steps to amend your soil and create the optimal growing environment for your plants. For example, if your soil is too acidic, you can add lime to raise the pH level. Conversely, if your soil is too alkaline, you can add sulfur to lower the pH. Adding organic matter, such as compost, aged manure, or peat moss, is one of the best things you can do for your soil. Organic matter improves soil structure, enhances drainage, increases water retention, and provides essential nutrients for healthy plant growth. So don't underestimate the power of good soil. It's the foundation upon which your gardening success is built. Chapter 4. Preparing your beds. With spring just around the corner, now is the time to prepare your garden beds. This is a job I always enjoy. The feel of the soil and the promise of new life bursting forth. Start by clearing away any weeds, fallen leaves, or debris that may have accumulated over the winter months. A clean and tidy garden bed provides the perfect canvas for your spring plantings. Next, it's time to loosen and aerate the soil. This is especially important if you have heavy clay soil, as it tends to compact over time, making it difficult for roots to penetrate and water to drain properly. Use a garden fork or a tiller to gently turn over the soil to a depth of about 12 inches, breaking up any large clumps and improving its overall structure. Once you've loosened the soil, it's time to incorporate those valuable soil amendments we discussed earlier. Spread a layer of compost, aged manure, or other organic matter over the surface of the bed and gently work it into the top few inches of soil. This will provide a nutrient-rich boost for your plants and help to improve soil health over time. If you're planning to sow seeds directly into the ground, now is a good time to create shallow furrows or seed beds. Use a hoe or the corner of a rake to mark out straight rows, ensuring that they are spaced according to the specific requirements of the plants you'll be growing. Finally, give your prepared beds a good watering to settle the soil and provide a moist environment for your seeds or seedlings to germinate. Remember to water deeply and evenly, ensuring that the water penetrates down to the root zone. Chapter 5. Planning your planting schedule. Now that our beds are prepared, it's time to turn our attention to the timing of our planting. Remember, different plants have different needs, and understanding these nuances is crucial for a successful garden. Some plants, like tomatoes and peppers, need a long growing season and prefer warmer temperatures. These are best started indoors from seed several weeks before the last expected frost. Other plants, like radishes and spinach, are much more cold hardy and can be directly sown into the ground as soon as the soil can be worked in the spring. These early spring crops are a joy to grow, offering a taste of freshness after a long winter. To stay organized and ensure that you plant everything at the right time, I highly recommend creating a planting calendar. You can use a simple notebook, a spreadsheet, or one of the many helpful gardening apps available. Note down the planting dates for each crop, both indoors and outdoors, taking into account your local frost dates and the specific requirements of each plant. Remember to factor in the time it takes for seeds to germinate and seedlings to grow strong enough to be transplanted outdoors. This will help you stay ahead of the game and ensure that your plants have the best possible start in life. A well-planned planting schedule is an invaluable tool for any gardener, helping to avoid the pitfalls of sowing too early or too late, and ensuring that your garden is always brimming with life. Chapter 6. Essential Gardening Tools. Now, before we get carried away with our planting plans, let's take a moment to talk about the essential tools that make gardening a more enjoyable and efficient experience. Having the right tools at hand can make all the difference, saving you time, effort, and frustration. A good pair of gardening gloves is an absolute must-have. They protect your hands from thorns, blisters, and calluses, allowing you to work comfortably in the garden for longer periods. Look for gloves that are durable, breathable, and fit your hands snugly. Next, you'll need a sturdy trowel for digging planting holes, transplanting seedlings, and a multitude of other gardening tasks. Choose a trowel with a comfortable grip and a blade made from stainless steel or other rust-resistant material. A garden fork is another essential tool, particularly for working with heavier soils or for turning over compost heaps. Look for a fork with sturdy prongs and a comfortable handle that provides good leverage. Watering cans are indispensable for providing your plants with the life-giving water they need. Choose cans with different spout attachments for watering delicate seedlings or for reaching hanging baskets. And finally, don't forget the mulch. A layer of mulch applied around your plants helps to suppress weeds, retain moisture in the soil, and regulate soil temperature. You can use organic mulches like bark chippings, wood chips, or straw, or inorganic options like gravel or landscape fabric. Chapter 7. Visualizing your dream garden. And now for the most enjoyable part, envisioning your dream garden. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself surrounded by the sights, sounds, and scents of your perfect outdoor space. Picture vibrant flower beds bursting with color, attracting bees and butterflies with their sweet nectar. Imagine rows of lush vegetables, their leaves glistening in the sunshine, promising an abundant harvest of delicious homegrown produce. Perhaps there's a cozy seating area nestled beneath a shady tree, where you can relax with a cup of tea and a good book, surrounded by the beauty you've created. Let your imagination run wild as you consider the different elements you want to incorporate into your garden. A bubbling water feature can add a sense of tranquility and attract a variety of wildlife. A pathway winding through your garden beds invites exploration and discovery. Don't be afraid to add personal touches that reflect your unique style and interests. Perhaps you have a collection of vintage garden ornaments or a passion for bird watching. Let your garden be a reflection of your personality and a source of joy and inspiration. Remember, gardening is a journey, not a destination. Embrace the process, experiment, and most importantly, have fun. Your dream garden is just a seat away. Well, there you have it. 7 simple steps to help you plan your own very personal patch of paradise. If you'd like to see more videos like this, then please do subscribe to my channel and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And do let me know in the comments what you'll be growing in your garden this year. I love to hear your thoughts. In the meantime, happy gardening!